ICE is busting up all kinds of places now because illegal people and weed. No, I didn't mean to slip that in there, but I do. And weed. Make sure you get that part too. Cannabis. Cannabis in California is legal with a lot of statutes and limitations on it. But what you're about to hear is some of the best, and I mean best presentation and masking of information you will ever hear in all of your adult life. Now, I gave you that up front. So when you do view what we're going to show you up until about 3/4 of the way through, man alive, you would think they're just talking about ICE showing up at somebody's house having a picnic with ice cream and a Barney costume, and they came in with helicopters and submachine guns. That's what you would think is happening. But I want you to be rest assured, it is anything but that. We are talking about things of the type of child trafficking and illegal migrant working and the finding of minors that are unaccompanied working at a weed farm. Now, keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind as we watch the first 2/3 of this video. And please, I want you to understand this. I may break out laughing because I have to. I'm going to have to. Enjoy. Here we go. They're going to now act like I didn't say what I just said. ICE has showed up to a farm, just a farm, and they just started arresting people for no reason. Here we go.
Go back now to our breaking news out of Ventura County, where federal agents raided a farm. Then you see here clashes with protesters.
Yeah, all they did was raided a farm. For crying out loud, it's a farm. You know how many people have to eat from the food that they grow at a farm? What is wrong with you people? It's just a farm. And all of a sudden, these ICE people just bust in and started arresting folk. So, of course, we're going to protest and stop you from doing it. Good on you. Continue, sir.
It looks like there's a bit of movement there on the ground, and that shot you had there right here, live look from Skyfox overhead. Federal agents lined up right there, protesters on the other side.
Yeah.
It's been like this all afternoon. We go back live to Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez there on the ground in Camarillo. Christina.
Yes, that mean protest people. They're just invading a farm. Just a farm. Okay.
Yeah, they're getting ready to block more vehicles trying to come in. But really quickly, I want to talk to one of the main activists out here who has been helping people. Noemi Tingui, you have been helping people maneuver this, trying to find their loved ones in there.
Now, keep that in mind. Just as a side note, she's on the outside trying to help the people on the inside to escape what's going on the inside. Now, remember what I said at the beginning? Now is the time to remember it. Let's have a recap, shall we? This is part of a DHS investigation into immigration and potential child labor violations. Just keep that in mind. Now, what they did find was 10 minors working there, undocumented, 8 of which were unaccompanied. Now, remember that and listen to what she's going to say, please.
Tell me, what is the situation inside as far as you know? How many people, what's happening with their phones? Talk to me.
Yeah, it's a very horrible day here in the city of Camarillo in Ventura County. I work for a Mixteco Indígena Community Organizing Project, and a lot of our community is not showing up to their appointments. They're not going out, but we did get a call to our rapid response line this morning that Glass House, which is where a lot of our community works at, a lot of my relatives are work at.
Now, what she's saying versus what you see on the screen, do they seem to match up? Someone just not showing up to work. We're just trying to find our loved ones. Meanwhile, keep an eye on this white vehicle, will you? And the individual that just jumped off the hood of the car. That's a government vehicle. He's not a government agent, nor is he Tom Cruise working in the movie of Mission Impossible. This is just a natural day in the life of a DHS and an ICE agent, seeing a guy just surfing on your hood. Now watch what happens next and listen to her at the same time.
And what we're hearing is there was a lot of fear when we got here. We witnessed a lot of ICE lines blocking us from checking in on our loved ones. What we did witness was ambulances coming in and out throughout the day. And what we have witnessed too is that ICE has been
Well, we've been gassed. You and I have both been gassed several times today.
Now, the reporter reminded her that they've been gassed. She didn't say it. She didn't say it. The reporter said it. Now you see when the tear gas kicked off after the first throw, pow, break throws at glass, and then you see projectiles zooming by the ICE agents. That might be why tear gas was involved. Now again, she said, the lady, the one that they're interviewing, mentions that there are people in there, including younger ones, right? Okay, cool. Now, don't forget, I said that this was a part of an investigation into child labor laws, but not just child labor laws, forced child labor laws, being violated at this facility. And notice they have not mentioned what type of facility yet. It's just a farm. But she did let a glass house where most of our people work. So you know that they know what's being grown there. They admit that. They know that minors work there. She just said that. And she's going to double down on it too, by the way. They also know that what ICE is there for is specific. They know this. And you'll hear them slip up and say it eventually after they're trying to mask it under the guise of it's just farming. Stop from messing with our farms. Here we go.
Exactly. Yeah, my eyes are stinging. My arms are stinging because they threw tear gas at us for asking them where they're taking our relatives.
That's not why they. we clearly saw why they threw tear gas at y'all, man. We have two eyes. We saw why they threw tear gas at y'all. Riding on the hood of the car. That's not your place. There are seats for that inside the car, and you weren't invited. Throwing rocks at the car. That's not how you get into a car to begin with. And then throwing projectiles at ICE agents. Don't tell me that you just went up to them. Please, sir, can you please tell me where I can find my loved one? I came here just looking for a better life and they just disappeared. That's not what happened. That ain't what you did. Stop. How did they say today, the young people? Stop the cap. Stop the cap. That's not what you did. Y'all blatantly know what was going on, and you acted really egregiously, and the cops had to act in accordance to how you acted. What we used to say back in the day, if you can't stand the smoke, stay out the kitchen. Okay, cool. Then don't be doing this.
Now, have you been able to get through to anybody in there? Because it doesn't seem that anybody, you said you were getting some text messages?
Right. There's been people here who've come up to me and just let me know that they've been in contact with some of their relatives. A lot of people haven't. What we're hearing is that a lot of people aren't able to text from inside, and that the people who have been detained, there have been a few people who have been located at the Camarillo Detention Center and then sent to the LA Detention Center.
I thought you didn't know where they were going. Hold up. Wait a minute. I thought you didn't know where they were going. Lady, be honest. You just said, we want to know where they're taking us. You just told us you had to. Now you said you know. You knew where they were taking. You didn't. So, in other words, you lied. Why are you always lying? Why are you always? I mean, you know that song? Why? Just be upset. And look at the chyron at the bottom. Federal agents clash with protesters at Camarillo farm raid.
Do we have a sense of how many people they have detained so
There
far?
are hundreds of people who work at this glass house facility. From what I last heard is that maybe somewhere around like 40 or 50. I did see white vans exit this morning, and we have seen multiple ICE vans leaving through multiple dirt roads that can be carrying up to more than 50 people at this point.
Now, I like how they're painting it so warranty nice and beautiful, and they're just trying to stop things. The FBI in all of this issued a $50,000 reward for a specific person who showed up with a gun and opened fire during the altercation. That's not mentioned, though, because they were just there trying to find their loved ones. Now, I said again that California has a lot of restrictions, okay, about marijuana. Now, bringing in an illegal is breaking a second barrier. And having children work there, that's a third barrier you just broken. So why wouldn't they raid you? Well, why? Now, at least 200, nearly 200 people were arrested. Illegals were arrested, by the way, not 50. They came away with 200 illegals. 10, of course, we said, are migrant children. being in forced labor and potentially trafficked as well. Now, again, this is more than just a farm. This is not just being, oh, we're trying to make sure we get food to your table. This is not farm to table at all. But wait, it gets better, so much better.
Now, at this point, real quickly, I mean, we've been here all day.
All day.
These people are not going away, and this crowd is getting bigger. Are you willing and planning to stay through the night if you need to?
Yes, we have to. We have to because no one's going to come out to save us.
Why would they save you? Why would anybody come out to say, you put yourself there? Ain't nobody come out and tell you, hey, you know what we need to do? Go out and then we're going to go. Let's go. And no, you put yourself there. And it's not like you just said, you admitted your organization knows this stuff. You know that they work. You know what they're working. You know what kind of job it is. You know what they're growing. You know it. And so far, you've been reluctant to say it. You know why? Because the empathy needs to come. You need that sympathy. You need that cry. They're abusing us. No, you exploiting children, fam. You out there using kids. Potentially sex trafficking these kids too. That is crazy work that you out here trying to act like the good guys. Wow. That's impressive.
The federal government is putting this violence on our people.
The federal government is putting violence on you? Look, lady, look. The federal government ain't putting no violence more than you put on them. Y'all rock throwing, jumping on cars, punching, shooting at them. What do you expect them to do? Just sit down like a little puppy in the corner and say, do what you want to do. No. You wanted that smoke. You literally got it. You wanted smoke. And when the ICE agents gave you that smoke, all of a sudden they're the bad guys. Nope. This is what you signed up for. This is part of protesting. Get used to it.
And there's people out here who are telling me my daughter is in there. My mom is in there. My stepdad is in there. What do I do?
Well, maybe don't send them to work illegally on a weed farm. That could be a novel idea. Hey, hear me out. If you know you're not having the papers to do a certain job, here's what you don't do. Go do that certain job, even though you know you're not supposed to. Secondarily, maybe don't go to a place where there might be child trafficking going on. Look at that. I solved most of your problems for you without a single tear gas can being thrown at your way. You're welcome.
Have you heard anything? So we're going to stay here until we need to.
Yeah.
So we're asking people to bring food, to bring water, so that especially prioritize the indigenous community members, migrant community members who are waiting for their loved ones who have been here all day as well.
Huh? So now you're begging people to bring food, but only bring food for the people that look like me. The rest of y'all can starve, but this needs to be prioritized. Bring it to us. We've been here just like everybody else all day. Why y'all need to eat first? Just let everybody eat. Bring a table out and just have a smorgasbord. But we got to make sure that we prioritize y'all. I'll have a question for you guys later in this video. When it comes to this, please remember the crowd. Please remember the why they're protesting. Please remember what they did to police cars. Just remember this. Okay, good.
We're prioritizing them so that they can get fed and they can get hydrated.
Thank you so much for talking to us. I know that they need you out there. I appreciate the information.
As soon as she said that, the interview was over. This poor reporter lady is about to get thrown under the bus twice. That was the first one. Oh, you can't be you're messing with the story, lady. Don't be talking about prioritizing the migrant. No, shh. Thank you for talking. Let's move on. Move on. It gets worse for her. Watch.
Thank you. And when she says, I mean, let me show you real quickly, because the bottles of water.
Focus on the tear gas.
Move around here. I mean, people are coming through. The water, part of it is because of the gassing, but let me show you the milk. Come here with me, Gino. Let's see if we can do this carefully, because as this goes on, more and more people are showing up. You can see that they have behind the vehicles, they're all hiding milk, which is what you use when you get gassed. They actually put that in your face, and it does help a little bit. Although I gotta say, with her, I've never seen gas like this. And
you never seen gas like that? He needs some milk. You ain't never seen gas like this. Well, here's a novel thought. Don't be around places where gas is necessary. Again, I'm a wealth of information today.
Let me show you, because the line of vehicles of people just coming by and stopping saying they want to help, it's getting bigger and bigger. And these are not just migrant farm workers. I see Americans, who don't speak a lick of Spanish, saying that they saw this in the news, they want to see what's going on. So there is a lot of just people from the community. Now, I need to tell you,
Uh-huh.
we did reach out to the DEA, and the DEA is saying they're not involved in this at all.
Oh,
This is a Homeland Security investigation, so they're deferring to them for any information. So
hold on. So far, they haven't told you anything, right? You only heard it from me. You only heard weed from me. You only heard weed farm from me. You only heard cannabis from me. She just told you that the local authority, no, you ain't pulling us into this at all. This is no. This is the Homeland Security thing. Let them deal with it. You know why? There's an investigation going on, federal investigation of the kind that they're not going to try and get in the middle of, because this is a pretty big deal. It's a big deal. Want to know why the white vans are showing up? Because there are children being trafficked and exploited at this facility, and adults are showing up. Hear me out. Adults are showing up at a weed facility to protest hear me out. I want to make sure I get this right. In protest of ICE arresting people exploiting children. That'd be like you go into, and I'm going to make the analogy, get mad if you want, but I'm going to make the analogy. That'd be like you going on the street and a drug dealer who has weed, but it's, not weed, legal weed, because he didn't go through the government authorities to get it. And he's selling it on the street, and he's using a 13-year-old to do it. And the police show up, woo, 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 woo. And then a whole brigade of people steps in front of him. Don't you dare try to step in front. He's just trying to feed his kids. So what if he's using a 13-year-old illegally to sell an illegal drug? That's nothing. Stop being mean to that man. That's the level of delusion these people are under right now.
At this point, the DEA you were asking about is not involved. Live in Camarillo, I'm Christina Gonzalez. Back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, from what we're starting to hear, it's not really a DEA thing or even about necessarily the marijuana. It's about illegal hiring.
When you say the quiet part out loud, you forget that people are listening. If you watch her face, we're going to back up. Watch the face change. This one in particular and this one. Okay. Watch the face change. I don't think they were expecting him to let that particular cat out the bag, because they were going to try and keep it as a farm issue. They were trying, and then he didn't let that go. Watch again. This is so priceless. Watch their face.
Yeah, from what we're starting to hear, it's not really a DEA thing or even about necessarily the marijuana. It's about illegal.
The mouth goes, man, do So now the reporter in the striped shirt has to go to her backup plan to try and describe and justify what he just said. Watch.
Hiring. And this idea that there may be a bunch of undocumented people working there. Do we know of any of the people who are out there with their family members?
Look at your paper.
Are their family members here legally? I mean, do we know of any U.S. citizens that are getting caught up on this?
Man, look, the read that she's got on her face is okay. Nope. He's giving all the information out now. We were so close to finishing this interview. So close. And then he has a drop about illegal and kids and come on, man.
Or is this mostly people who were here working undocumented and maybe this company was not filing the right paperwork or paying taxes, etc.?
There's with so many different programs, it's hard to tell. Remember, you got agricultural visas, but yes, I mean, the people I have talked to, the majority of them have told me their families are not here legally.
Oh, you're going to leave that part out, though. That was just going to be executed, stage left, not mentioned at all. Just Okay, all right.
But we have
But
heard of at least one citizen. I'm trying to confirm this. Several people are saying a professor from a local university who is a citizen was also detained for trying to help somebody who fell.
oh, is that why he was detained though? Like so far, you've lied to me twice. Okay, you lied. Okay, and then you had a whole film going of people violently acting upon ICE agents, and still wouldn't tell me the truth. And I'm supposed to believe that some random professor was just trying to help somebody to their feet, and he got detained. All right. Okay, cool.
And then there were a couple of people who were saying, you know, my loved one is here and he had some kind of agricultural visa. Without being able to confirm all that, right. I couldn't tell you for sure.
Agricultural visa. I didn't know that weed fell under the agricultural visa thing. Hey, blame me. I didn't know. I thought, from what I've read about California law, that there was really strict rules around the growing and selling of marijuana. If I knew it was as easy as getting an agricultural visa, I'd just leave the country, come back and get myself an agricultural visa and go do what I got to do. I didn't know it was that easy. Are the kids getting those too? Did the 13, 14, 15-year-olds get an agricultural visa? No? Okay.
But I do think that there's definitely a component of what you're saying to that.
Definitely a component, yeah.
All right, Christina, thank you. And just noting, this is one of the biggest cannabis farms in California. The founder of it, I did some research here.
Oh, you did?
Came from the tech world and prides himself as being part of the forefront of this movement.
He just got notice. Why did you say that? If you look at his face, look what happened when she started to talk. He's being talked to right now about what she just said. Watch.
Christina, thank you. And just noting, this is one of the biggest cannabis farms in California. The founder of it, I did some research here.
He's being talked to right now.
Came from the tech world and prides himself as being part of the forefront of this movement.
Funny stuff.
All right, Christina, thank you so much. We'll keep a watch on this. Meanwhile, Governor Gavin Newsom releasing a statement this afternoon that reads in part, there's a real cost to these inhumane immigration actions on hardworking families and communities, including farm worker communities across America.
Hold on. Inhumane immigration actions on hardworking families. Gavin, you mean the same families that are now exploiting their children? That family? And by farm, do you mean cannabis farms? Is that what you mean? Do you mean perhaps the 200 people and children that was arrested because they were here both illegally and exploitatively? That is family to you. That makes a lot of sense, Gavin. That makes a lot of sense now. That is insane to me. That is crazy. Now, as for her statement, we want to make sure we clarify. As for her statement about agricultural visas, right? H-2A visas. It's a federal program, but it can't be used for legal employment in an industry that is federally prohibited. You get what I'm saying? So they can't just come in here and say, here's my agricultural visa. I'm going to work on this as a federal thing, but even though the state's approved, you can't do it. That's not how you do it. You don't get that visa for that. So that's 5 lies already in one video. Amazing. Really, really epic. As for you, Gavin, I get the virtue signaling. I understand it. It's great stuff. Works for you normally. But by your definition, family should exploit their children and put them in places where they shouldn't be and use them forcefully for labor. That's family to him.
Trump's agents continue to detain U.S. citizens and racially profile Americans, ripping families apart and disappearing parents and workers into cruel federal detention centers to meet their self-imposed arrest quotas.
What U.S. citizens are being arrested? Or maybe the ones that throw rocks at the cars and jump on the hoods? They should be arrested right off the top. From the rip, bam. No questions asked. You jump on my hood, handcuffs, thrown in the back, straight to the hoosgow. No questions. As for ripping families apart, 8 of the children found were unaccompanied. So the people that hired them already ripped the family apart, Gavin. You are now protecting the people that ripped the families apart while accusing the other people of trying to save them from those people as ripping families apart. You mental. You are mental. Absolutely mental. But you see how they phrased it up to make certain people look bad. They're just working on a farm. They're just chillaxing. All they were trying to do is make ends meet. Why they got to mess with these people like that? I got family in there. I'm looking for my loved one. They weren't that much of a loved one when you're exploiting them as children, were you? You knew about the program being illegal. You knew because you admitted it. The lady did. Her entire organization works with that particular company to do what they are rating them for. Context matters, people. Context matters. Don't let them bamboozle you. If you hear something, look it up. Look it up, look into it, and don't just take their word for it. Farm does not mean what they're just insinuating. These are not just farms. This is illegal stuff they're dealing with. They're doing illegal activities on a federally mandated substance, and state-wide approved, yes. But as far as the federal government goes, so far, at least I've checked, no state approved child trafficking, have they? No. Oh, so they can indeed raid you for what you're doing. Anyway, whatever your thoughts are on this, let us know. Even if you disagree, I'd like to hear why you disagree. This one should be, I would love to hear why you disagree. Because if you do, make sure you flesh it out. Please flesh that out. Ooh, I can't wait for that one. But if y'all saw what we saw, the hilarity in it, and the lies, and the way they like to phrase things just so circumspectly for you to believe it a certain way, and how they paint narratives, kudos to you. We look forward to reading your comments on this one. Wowie. Enjoy.